Because it's you and only you.
Watching you bloom in the light of the moon. going? How's it going? So, wasn't gonna stream today originally, but I didn't stream yesterday, so I thought it's the least I could do. I was gonna do Ruin King because I do want to carry on with that, but honestly, I've been seeing some like crazy stuff to do with Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact, so I kind of want to talk about that for a bit. We got some videos to watch as well related to it, but basically there's been a lot going on with them right now. So they're both owned by MiHoYo, and is it MiHoYo? I think it's MiHoYo. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played them, but basically they're owned by the same company. But the first thing, like the main drama or issue or whatever, so for like a celebration for Honkai Star Rail getting, I believe it's because of them winning at the Game Awards. They won like one of the I think it's like best ongoing game or something. I can't remember, but they basically got a trophy for it, and as a thank you, they're giving away a 5-star character for free. And you're also, during that time, you're getting like 10 free pulls, which is like really, really good. Genshin, on the other hand, as far as I remember, hasn't had like a free 5-star from anything. Even like, I'm sure they won one of the years as well for the Game Awards and got nothing. And Genshin's been out for like 3, nearly 4 years now, and there's like, it's so bad compared to Honkai for like getting stuff for the for like the characters and stuff. I was gonna call them champions for some reason. But yeah, it's it's just funny. Like, it's funny to me, but a lot of people are getting pissed off about it, and I get like, I kind of get like why, but at the same time, like, you need to do something about it as a community. Like, you can't just sit there complaining. You need to just stop playing, because the way I see it is like, MiHoYo know that like they can just do whatever they want with the Genshin players, and the Genshin players are gonna log in the same time tomorrow to do the dailies while complaining about it and just get on with it. Which is, I don't know, like, you're not helping the situation basically. But yeah, I'm just gonna switch scenes and then we'll load up the videos that kind of go over it a bit better. Just pop myself in the corner as well. So the first video kind of is probably the more in-depth one, and then we've got like some funny ones to watch to go over it. So let me just boot that up. Let me put subtitles on as well, and drop the music a bit more. There we are, perfect.
It's 2. So the Star Rail 1.6 preview stream was...
Before I do as well, I'm going to drop the link in case anyone does want to watch the original instead of mine. The link's going to be there. So let's just jump in.
Earlier today, and for those of you who play or at least follow Star Rail news, you've probably heard by now about the contents of that stream. The biggest of which is the free copy of Dr. Ratio that MiHoYo is going to give to all Star Rail players, thanks to the awards the game got from things like TGA, Google Play.
It is the thing, right? They're getting like a free 5-star for just for like doing well in the Game Awards and stuff.
Play Awards and the iOS Awards, or whatever that's called. In other words...
Oh yeah, because, sorry, that's incorrect. Yeah, they did win, they did quite well in the Google Play and iPhone Awards.
MiHoYo is giving Star Rail players a free copy of a 5-star character. Not a permanent character, a limited character. Or maybe he will be permanent later, I don't know. But either way, that's a free 5-star character for all Star Rail players. So chances are, if...
Yeah, so this is basically, it's not one of the ones that's in the banner, like the standard banner. It's a character that like is part of the limited banner. So you'll have, I think it's like 2 weeks to get the character, and then they get cycled out for the next character. Um, and then you'll be able to get them again in like, I don't know, like 3 4 months time, something like that. Um, so yeah. You basically get in like the newest character that they've made for the game. And the thing you need to remember with games like Genshin and Honkai is characters, they're kind of like power scale, like basically the newer characters are always better than the older characters. So you get in like this solid character at the time of their release. That's kind of how they get you with these types of games. The character comes, I believe. I don't think they've announced it.
Google Play or Star Rail.
Uh, so period 1.6. But I don't think it's been announced yet when 1.6 is happening. But basically, you get this character here. You get a free copy of them. Um, I'm not quite sure what role they are in the game, but it's still it's it's an R it's a like turn-based RPG where they're gonna fit some role in the game, which you're gonna have on your team. So you can't really complain. I mean, it's you can't complain anyway. It's a free 5 star. Um, but yeah, the thing is like they're gonna probably be quite strong when they come out, and then um give it a couple of months, and there'll be a new character that replaces them. It's unfortunately it's the way these games are, and people always chase for the newer characters because they look cooler or they've got like something unique. Like I remember when I forgot the full name. It was like Imperator Don Heng or whatever his name is. So he was originally a 4 star in the game, and later on they released a 5 star version of him, which is like an awakened, like stronger version of him. And when he came out, and I'm pretty sure still to this day he is S tier for DPS. I could be wrong because I haven't played it in a month or two. Um, but he was basically like the best DPS to have, and he covered like single target and AOE. So if you could have him, yeah, Kafka as well. Yeah, people do be loving Kafka. Um, but yeah, it was like the original two best DPS were, well, they're not really the best. They weren't really the best when the game first came out. I suppose the one was I forgot her name now. I've got her as well. Let me get a list of the characters' names because it's been that long since I've played. Right, character list. Reject. Right, so when you first started, that was Sealer. So Sealer was like the top DPS when the game first came out, and then um after so long they released Jingyuan. Yeah, Jingyuan. Jingyuan was like considered the best DPS, and then pretty much as soon as they released Dunheng, the the new like the 5 star version, he just like took over as like the best DPS. There's been a few characters since I last played as well. Uh, kind of looking at them quickly, not too interested in them to be honest. Don't really like the look of them. I mean, I stopped playing a while ago anyway, but yeah. But basically, like the newer characters are always just going to be better. Like I have she was considered the best healer at the time. I'm pretty sure she's not now, but she was Bailu. Um, and I'm pretty sure she just got completely pushed down the tier as soon as okay, Luo, Lucha, I don't know how you say the name. Um, as soon as he came out, he kind of just like pushed her down the list completely. Um, so obviously getting the newer characters is kind of like an important part of the game. Um, if you want to like progress through without having too many problems, like obviously you can do it with the base characters. You can technically complete the game, or at least complete the current content with the starter characters without even having to pull for anything. Um, but obviously, newer characters make it a lot easier. So getting like what's going to be the latest 5-star at the time for free is going to make a huge difference for a lot of people. Not just free to play characters, but for a lot of people. That being said, the one thing I have kind of noticed with Honkai is you kind of want to have the they're not called constellations, but we'll just call them constellations for the sake of this. The constellations which are getting duplicates of the character. So the way it kind of goes is you either want the constellations or we'll call it the weapon. It's not a weapon, but yeah, we'll use it as the reference. So I can kind of talk about the two games. So both kind of like you've got constellations, which is getting duplicates of the character, which then unlock passive abilities that usually benefit the character. So, for example, in Sailor's case, she gets to stack her passive up to 3 times instead of 2 times, so she can get more attack speed. In terms of the weapon, it gives her more crit and more speed, stuff like that. So they're quite important in Honkai, not so much in Genshin. Certain they do improve the characters. Hey, you're right, Dragon. Yeah, so they do improve the characters in Genshin, but it's not to the same level that it does in Honkai. I feel like they're a lot more impactful in Honkai. But let's just carry on.
Players, thanks to the buff. Maybe he will be permanent later, I don't know. But either way,
Yeah, so this is a point as well. He could be unlocked as a permanent in the default banner later on anyway. So who knows? He might be. We'll have to wait
that's
and
a
see.
free 5-star character for all Star Rail players. So chances are, if you're a Star Rail player, or you at least know about Star Rail, you'll also know about miHoYo's other really popular game called Genshin Impact. So naturally, as soon as we got the Dr. Ratio news from earlier today, people started comparing these two games again, this time about how, Star Rail is about to get a free 5-star character way before Genshin will.
So yeah, a lot of people are currently like quite annoyed, and think it's unfair that Honkai is getting a free 5-star before Genshin, and I kind of agree with them to a degree. Like Genshin has been out for, I believe, nearly 4 years now, and I've played a lot of gacha games in the past. Generally I avoid them now, but from my experience, there's usually as the game progresses, they look to give you ways of getting characters, whether that's like so we'll take the best example, which is the one I probably played the most, which was One Piece Treasure Cruise. In that, when you started, the only way to get, there was no 5 stars when it first came out, to be fair, but as the game progressed they added 5-star. Well, there was 5 stars, but what you had was like legendary characters. So there was no legendary characters, but then when they implemented them, there was no pity system. But now if you play, you can literally just buy like a $5 bundle, and you get to pick one of 5 legendary characters to unlock, as well as get some of the currency to spend. Um, Also through the actual gacha system, you're guaranteed a legendary after, I think it's after 3 pulls and 6 pulls and 9 pulls, and on the sixth one, it's guaranteed to be the character from the like the banner festival thing. Well, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like Sugo Fest or something. But yeah, they basically implemented a lot of ways of getting 5 stars, even outside of just spending money. Um, Genshin just has not done anything like that. Like, I expect, like, when I first started playing Genshin, I expected that by the first anniversary, we'd probably see like an item that either one gives you like a 5 star character, but it's like a selector. So a 5 star selector basically to pick between like a couple 5 stars. Um, or just straight up give you a free one for the anniversary, which didn't happen. Or even just an item that would give you constellations, and that has just not happened. So I thought, oh, well, maybe it'd be the second anniversary. Still not happened. Third anniversary, still not happened. We're getting up to the fourth anniversary now, and they still haven't given anything like that. And for Honkai to get it first, it is a bit shitty. Ain't gonna lie. It's I'm laughing because it's funny in a way, because like the both games are owned by the same company, and for one that's been out like about a year now, not even a year, it's been less than a year. Honkai's been out, but for that to get a free 5 star before Genshin that's been out for nearly 4 years is crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure Treasure Cruise, when I was playing it, I'm sure by by before the first anniversary even happened, we had the pity system in place and stuff. And then I remember the second year anniversary, they actually gave away like free, like I'm pretty sure it was like 2 or 3 um free legendaries, and then you also got a bunch of the like the gems to roll for legendaries and stuff, and yet you had like rate ups on legendaries as well on like the new ones. um and like I just feel like Genshin just never gets anything for the anniversaries. Like, I can't think of anything off the top of my head where Genshin's like actually being like good for an anniversary. I think the most they've given is like a 4 star. Uh, um, wow, there's definitely at least one 5 star. Ah, Ah, yeah. What do you mean? I'm in the corner. I'm in the bottom corner. I'm the monkey next to the Wukong. 1 second.
I am the real Deja.
Say, how you doing, Kingdom? uh, but yeah, I think in like the entire time I've played Genshin, like I just think the rewards have always generally been quite bad. Because you got to think as well, like even like events and stuff, like you get gems, but realistically, you're not even getting like anywhere near enough for a 10 pull. You get like maybe like 2 pulls. I think the newer events you get more, but from what I remember, like I think you maybe get like 5 pulls out of it at most. And like, yeah, this is really bad. Whereas like Honkai, I'm sure like every time a new character comes out, you get like 10 pull, like a 10 pull out of it just for logging in. And then like the currency's a lot easier to get to um to spend as well. It's crazy, man, crazy. Right.
and how this will possibly set up Star Rail's first anniversary, which is about 4 months out from now, to be better than anything Genshin ever got. So
Yeah, so this is another thing as well. People are speculating now because MiHoYo's giving Honkai a free 5-star before the anniversary. They reckon that there's going to be like another free 5-star or a like a 5-star selector coming out for the anniversary, which really wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. It's kind of like the direction that I can see the game going, and it's the direction that Genshin really should have gone. Because you imagine, like, because I'm pretty sure, like, the first anniversary for Genshin, I'm sure we only got, like, 600 gems or whatever it is. So you got, like, 2 pulls for free. You got 2 pulls for free, and that was the anniversary reward. That's it. I didn't get any, like, anything much. And it just hasn't improved it any since. Like, I think you get like a couple more pulls here and there, but come on. You're on your 3rd anniversary, going into your 4th year, and you haven't given away. There is one 5-star they gave away for free, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Because it is an embarrassing 5-star.
So I suspect you'll be seeing a lot of back and forths between Genshin and Star Rail players, with Star Rail players telling the Genshin players, things like L plus ratio, because of course why wouldn't they, and Genshin players getting pissed that MiHoYo is treating Star Rail better than they ever did Genshin, with this free 5-star character thing just being a slap in the face to them at this point. So for those of you who are wondering why this is the case, why it's always felt like MiHoYo gives Star Rail better content updates than they do for Genshin, I'm here to explain to you exactly that. So buckle up. Other than the fact that Star Rail is, more or less a spin-off of Honkai Impact, which is, as we all know, MiHoYo's true poster child, we have to take a look at both Genshin and Star Rail and the circumstances surrounding both of them. Let's start with Genshin. It's not controversial to say, I don't think, that Genshin Impact is the biggest and most successful gacha game in the world, and has been for the last 3 years ever since it first came out. And because of its huge popularity, the most defining characteristic of the Genshin community is the sheer prevalence of casuals, or dare I even say, normies who play the game. In other words, the vast majority of Genshin players are casual. It's something that a lot of hardcore Genshin players, or the ones who think they're hardcore anyway, tend to forget or...
Yeah, that's the thing. There is a lot of people who play the game casually. Personally, I think it's the best way to go. Like, after I stopped playing the first time, I just kind of focused more on jumping on it every so often to do some story. I just feel like it's the best way to play the game, because realistically, like, there's content on Genshin, but there's not content on Genshin at the same time. Like, if you've completed the story, you don't really have a lot of content. Like, most of the time, it just turns into doing dailies, and then doing I forgot what it's called, the challenge mode thing, trying to get as as high up on that as you can before the reset, and that's all the content is, just dailies and that. Oh, and your weeklies, which is going to be your raids or your boss fights or whatever it is. But, like, I don't know, like, Honkai's kind of the same with the dailies and stuff, but, like, you can just sit there and grind on, like, Simulated Universe or something, and it's a lot more, like, casual and chill. And I feel like it's less time consuming as well, especially, like, when it comes to like, farming items for, like, ascending your characters or ascending your I can't remember what they're called, so we'll just call them weapons. They're sending the weapons. Like, if you do it on Genshin, it's so fucking long. Like, you've got to, like, go all over the place, and you can't Like now you can, but before you couldn't you couldn't exchange them for a different item, so you had to just like farm them by like running round and finding them. Whereas now they've kind of copied like what Honkai's got, where you can convert them into a different item. So if you've got like, I don't know, like 1,000 of the uncommon slime, and then you need 10 wolf fangs, you can turn those slime into wolf fangs. So you're kind of covered in that sense. But it's such a grindy game, especially for like a casual, um, a casual game to play.
Simply not know. This is why miHoYo has always emphasized casual gameplay in Genshin. The exploration, the random ass events that feature anything from like tower defense mini
I tell you what,
games to wind trace and arcade style break the targets or whatever that's called. These events, even the ones that are more combat focused, are designed so that all players, including casuals, are able to obtain all the rewards and aren't forced to like grind the game like us.
Yeah, this is the thing with Genshin. I feel like if you just focus playing when there's an event, and just like clearing the events and then just chilling, you probably make just as much progress as like, well, not just as much, but like you make a good deal of progress, and like get the rewards. What, like, instead of just grinding it every day like a hardcore player, like you'll get all the rewards you need just by logging on every so often and doing the events and stuff. So it's not like you need to be on it every day, grinding every day, like blowing all your energy to get this, that, and the other.
Hardcore players do for like the perfect gear for our characters. And of course, that's how we got this gem from last year from miHoYo, saying that they didn't want to make more endgame content because they were afraid of creating excessive anxiety for its players. They obviously aren't referring to us hardcore players.
Yeah, so they don't want to they don't want to do more endgame content. So there's not going to be like much more added for like people that just want to, that kind of like have a decent team and want to do some like hard end game content. You've literally just got Spiral Abyss, and that's it. That is the end game content.
They're talking about everyone else. And that's where most of miHoYo's bandwidth is for Genshin, and why content updates that are catered more for hardcore players are so few and far between. They designed the game to be casual friendly and are working on updates that are mainly catered to casual players, simply because most of the player base is casual, and they're the ones who pay miHoYo's quotas. Now, miHoYo does put out like 1 or 2 content updates a year that hardcore players can appreciate. These usually entail things like strongbox updates, artifact inventory expansions, and most recently, artifact filtering that they took straight from Star Rail.
They're literally just getting things for from Star Rail. Yeah, not to mention the transactions, but I slowly warmed up to it. So from my experience, like, if you just play it like super casually and just play through the story, do the quests, not like hardcore push on anything, and just chill and just like do the content at your own pace, you'll have fun. There's plenty of content. You won't have to rely on doing dailies, because the thing is, when I started it, I got to a point where, I suppose you'll have it anyway because of the, no, you won't, because there'll be enough content anyway. So the problem I had when I first started playing it was like, you get to a point, and it seems to be a common thing with miHoYo games, where if you like hardcore pushing it, you get to a point where you've got no more quests to do. So you just literally like, you can't level up your characters anymore. You can't upgrade their equipment or anything anymore until like you increase like the world level. And by doing that, you've got to upgrade your account level, which gets upgraded through, I mean, the best way is through quests and through dailies. So you get to a point where the only thing you can really do is just spam dailies until they release new content. Like now because because with Genshin you've got like, I don't know if the fourth place is unlocked yet or it's about to be unlocked. But you've literally got like 4 massive areas you'll be able to go to, and a ton of quests to do. So you just kind of go at your own pace. You'll have a good time. But I think the minute that you start like pushing and trying to like try hard in the game, or be like a like hardcore player or whatever you want to call it, you're just not gonna have fun, because you'll get to a point where like you've done everything and you don't have anything to do, and so you're just grinding dailies and you're bored because you're just doing the same content every day, and it's just boring. And then your only real end game is the Spiral Abyss, which honestly I just don't bother with the Spiral Abyss. I find it boring. It's literally just like a few wave fights, where you put teams together, and there's like certain like modifiers to the fights. Some of it, like, it was fun at first when I first did it, but it's not something I can see myself sitting and doing on like a weekly or monthly basis or whatever it is. But yeah, if like I said, if you're playing super casually, you got a lot of content you can do and enjoy. But it is a gacha game, and the one thing I'll always say about gacha games is there's a massive power curve when it comes to gacha games, where older characters are gonna fall off compared to newer characters. So I feel like Genshin isn't too bad for it. Obviously newer characters are generally better, but certain ones, like, I mean, my team has been the same since I've got the characters. And I got most of them early on. Like, I play a Ito Geo team, which is just like, I just do like pure damage basically, and then I've just got like a healer and a shielder, and that's it. It's nice and simple, but it still works for the content. Like, they've always said you'll be able to clear the content in Genshin with even with the default characters you get. So you don't have to actually spend any money or anything. But when it comes to like anniversaries and stuff for Genshin, do not expect anything. You are not gonna get anything that great. The like, so I was going to talk about it later, but so they've given away one 5-star character in the past, and that was Aloy from Horizon. Is it Horizon Dawn, the PlayStation game, where you go around hunting like mecha dinosaurs or whatever it is. Basically they had like a PlayStation exclusive collab where they gave everyone on PlayStation got a copy of her and an exclusive weapon for her, and everyone who had the game just got a copy of her. She was hyped up a lot when she was coming out, but she's considered worse than all the 4 stars in the game. She's considered probably the worst character in the game, because you've got no way of getting constellations on her. And constellations are, they're basically, you get, I think it's 6 in total, so you need 6 copies of a character on top of the original copy to unlock all the constellations, and they're like passive buffs that might change the abilities up or something. So for example, like one of the characters I use, Zhongli, he has a shield. One of his, when I use the shield, it will also heal based on some of the damage I take. So it adds like a healing factor to his shield. So they're quite nice buffs, and usually like the last one is like a big buff for their gimmick. So like that's Zhongli's basically. So Aloy cannot access any of them. She is just stuck as a Constellation Zero, so she's got no way of improving once other than like getting to level 90. And like, why would you level her to level 90 when you can level someone else that you can get constellations on? So yeah, that's the only 5-star that has ever been released in Genshin for free, and she's absolutely garbage, and we have not seen any way to improve her since.
By the way, Star Rail had this feature since day one. miHoYo just took the idea and put it into Genshin 2 because why not? But there are still plenty of things that we would like to have added to the game, assuming they ever will be, such as gear loadouts, constellation toggles, and artifact farming updates. So if you like to be pessimistic like me, it's pretty clear that to miHoYo, hardcore players are basically an afterthought. The most egregious consequence of Genshin being the most popular gacha game is that miHoYo knows that they don't need to go out of their way to work on things that they're not already focusing on. And the most obvious example of this is what they do, or more accurately, what they don't do for Genshin's anniversary. I play 10 gacha games. Yes, I'm serious. And besides the ones that haven't been out for a full year yet, every other gacha that I do play makes a very big deal out.
Yeah, this is what I was gonna say as well. Like, in terms of anniversaries, Genshin does absolutely nothing for them. Like I said, like Treasure Cruise, I'm pretty sure the second anniversary they ever had, they gave us a free 5-star, a free legendary, and then like a bunch of currency to be able to do like 20 pulls or something ridiculous. With like a 5 times rate up or something ridiculous on top of that. I'm pretty sure since then, I'm sure the third anniversary, I got like 2 or 3 legendary characters, or even 4. I can't remember. Just for free, just for being there for the anniversary. Um, a lot of other games, gacha games generally give you better stuff for the anniversary, which Genshin doesn't do for some reason, and I don't get why. Because it's like the most popular. Like, I can kind of understand them not really doing much for like hardcore players because it is aimed at casuals, but like at least give them something for the anniversary.
Out of their anniversary events. Genshin is the only gacha that I play that does not do this. Like, I know they run promotions and ads outside the game to get people to come play, but nothing really happens in-game. Like, I think this year you could buy some Genesis Crystal Pack, because of the concerts they were having at the time, that gave you an exclusive wing glider and some other goodies. But hell, even that wasn't like explicitly tied to anniversary stuff in the first place. And other than that, what else did we have? What else?
Let's look here. So that's oh my god. Oh my god, that's terrible. So if this is correct, this event duration from September 27th, if that's correct, you got a total of 60 Primo Gems, which isn't even a pull. You didn't even get a pull from it. I'm sure a pull is like 120. So you got half a pull. So you still had to do other stuff just to get a pull with
do
it.
we have? And the reason why miHoYo can get away with this is, frankly, they ain't gotta do shit. Like, they know they're in charge of the biggest gacha ever. They know that as long as they nail
They've got no competitors right now. Their only other competitor for a gacha game right now is their own, which is Honkai. So like, why should they have to do anything? And people, like, because of like it being the most successful super like casual gacha game, you're gonna see like you could have like 1,000 people online complaining about how bad it is that they get nothing. But you're gonna have 10,000 offline that don't go online to complain about the game, that just play it and get on with it, and they're happy with it as it is. Like, there's so many more players than the vocal ones that play the game, and they know like even if like those 1,000 people stop playing, they've still got the 10,000 that are playing and happy with it, or just not saying anything.
Their new character designs, people will always come back to spend literal millions on their banners. Because remember, their moneymakers are the casuals and normies who care more about what hot new waifu or husbando they can roll for. So from MiHoYo's perspective, there's simply no reason for them to do things like in-game and
Well, this is the thing as well. Like, people don't just like me, for example. I'd probably say I'm quite casual at Genshin. Like, even in the past, like, I mean, I don't play it currently, and I've got no intention of playing it currently. But in the past, when I've gone away and stopped playing it, and then like seeing a character that I like the look of is coming out, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start playing it again. Oh, I'm gonna try and pull for that character. And you're gonna have people that spend a lot of money chasing these characters, and then they'll stop playing. They'll see another character that they like, and then they'll start playing and spend a lot of money again. And that's kind of how MiHoYo gets you in Genshin.
anniversary celebrations or actual gameplay updates because they aren't worth their damn time. Simply put, Genshin is the biggest and most successful.
Yeah, so the closest ones are Fate Grand Order, Nika, Uma Masumi, Heaven Burns Red. Where is what's it called? Not on there. I thought Thingy Bob would be on there. Honkai. I guess not. But Fate Grand Order's not much better, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that doesn't even have a pity system.
Gacha game in the world, and no one else even comes close.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that, like, it's 20 million difference between Grand Order and Genshin. I know, I think that might be speculated, and that's what it was. I mean, either way, it's like 30
And most successful gacha game in the world, and no one else even comes close. And when you operate the biggest and most successful gacha game in the world, you get to run it however you damn want, because you'll still be making bank from all the casuals who play your game. And if anybody's got a problem with that, they can go fuck themselves. Now let's take a look at Star Rail. As big as Star Rail is, and how successful it has been since launch, it's still nowhere near as big as Genshin in terms of sheer player base. When Genshin first came out back in 2020, it had the
Well, I feel as well, like, I feel like Honkai's not really focused on casual players much. I mean, it's still pretty casual, but it's not to the levels of Honkai. Yeah, that's fair enough. The problem with gachas in general is like I said, they'll always have like a new character that does is just better than other characters at what they do. And then it'll be like a limited time, so you'll only have like a week or two to get the character, and they'll give them like a really nice design. And that's kind of how they draw people in. So yeah. It's always like a urgency thing with them, like, oh, you've got to get this character while you can, otherwise they're not coming back for a while, and they're really good, so you kind of want the character, so you either have to save up and try and pull them, or like just miss them completely and wait till they come back, which is going to be like another like 3-4 months time. So it's a bit of a pain, to be honest.
perfect storm of circumstances that firmly cemented it as the most popular gacha game in the world, the biggest of which was ultimately being able to capture a mainstream market, which is why Genshin has so many casual players. But Genshin's sheer popularity is a double-edged sword, because with how hard it popped off, that means that any game that MiHoYo follows it up with will almost never be able to match the same level of success that Genshin did. I mean, realistically, no MiHoYo.
Like, I remember when Genshin was first coming out, it was crazy, man. People were blown away by like how it looked, how it played, just everything about the game. It was such a huge game for what it was, because it was just taking like Breath of the Wild and making like a free PC mobile game that's got gacha in it, and like people loved it. Like it was anime, and everyone loves a good anime, and uh and now if you compare it to like if you compare Honkai did well. Like Honkai had a good release, but I was there just like but it's not gonna be the same as Genshin, and even if it is, it's like I'm already playing Genshin. I mean, I played it. I enjoyed Honkai. I think I prefer it over Genshin. Just because I kind of prefer turn-based RPGs anyway. But yeah, um, like the release that Genshin had, like you can't even get close. Not like I remember like I managed to look out with the download, because when you was downloading it, you had to get super lucky, otherwise you just got hit by the queue, and you just got stuck in this like virtual queue trying to all download it at the same time, and it was brutal, but I managed to like get in super early and do it. But then like other people I knew were like struggling. They were waiting like 4 or 5 hours just to get like a couple percent and stuff. It was crazy.
miHoYo game will ever be as successful as Genshin unless we bring back the pandemic and force everyone to quarantine back in their homes.
That was another thing as well, because Genshin came out during the pandemic, so you had a lot of people sitting at home, kind of bored. You've got this new game coming out that looks really good, um, and you've got all the time on your hands to play it, which you don't really have these days. Um, with newer releases.
Again. And even if we do get another pandemic, ain't nobody gonna quarantine anyway, because most people are just sick and tired of that shit. So miHoYo knew going into Star Rail's release earlier this year that the chances of Star Rail doing as well as Genshin overall were slim to none. That's not to say that Star Rail hasn't been successful, obviously, far from it, but getting the mainstream market again to come play Star Rail when they're probably already playing Genshin just wasn't gonna happen. So in order to make Star Rail as successful as possible, miHoYo has gone to great lengths to make sure that it's a much more well-rounded game. It's got a lot of the same casual-friendly features that Genshin has, like map exploration, though it's not truly open world, but even still, storytelling with 3D models with the occasion.
I kind of prefer it's open world though to a degree, because it's like in terms of collecting stuff, like if I need to find something on Genshin, I have to like go around like half the map, just well, not half the map, but like half of a continent to try and find that stuff. Um, and I might need like 50 of them. Whereas if I do Honkai, I'll have like 12 chests on a map, and then it will show me where those chests are, and I just go grab those chests. Super simple. Nice and easy, nice and casual friendly.
Occasional animated cutscene, events with casual-friendly gameplay, and fantastic and highly appealing character designs that can easily bait people, myself included, into rolling for them in gacha. But it also has a lot more hardcore or endgame content on top of the casual stuff. Simulated Universe, Forgotten Hall, MOC, even the event gameplay favors players who play the game regularly and have geared characters. And let's not forget about things like, the Relic Synthesizer, which is basically an upgraded version of Genshin's Strongbox, and the self-modeling resins that Genshin straight up doesn't have.
Oh yeah, so this is another thing as well.
Of Genshin's Strongbox, and the
So what these are is essentially through like the pass that you get every couple of, I think it's like every month, and the simulated universe, you can get materials to actually make artifacts, and then on top of that there's an item you get from the past that when you make an artifact, because you can pick the specific artifact that you make, but you can also pick the specific main stat that the artifact has, which is huge because like you got to think on Genshin when you're min maxing, you might want like crit damage on your helm, attack damage on, I can't even remember what the pieces are on the ring, something out like elemental damage, like fire elemental damage on the hourglass, that kind of stuff. You can pick these, just straight up, just pick, oh, I want to make a helm that's got crit damage, and there you are. And like, other than like, the only thing is, if you're like min maxing, you might not get the secondary stats you want straight away. But hey, thank you for the alert, Dragon. I appreciate it. But like, it's still gonna save you a ton of time and get you into a lot better position than Genshin does. All for nothing as well.
Modeling resins that Genshin straight up doesn't have. Star Rail's also got its Light Cone banner, that's an improved version of Genshin's weapon banner, and faster reruns for previous limited 5-star characters. And of course, every new patch cycle, Star Rail does a free multi-login giveaway, something that Genshin...
So every new patch cycle, you get enough for a 10 pull. Whereas Genshin, you get enough... You just like one. I know you do get enough sometimes.
Only does like once or twice a year. I'm sure there's still a few things that I forgot to mention that Star Rail has that Genshin doesn't, but the point is this. MiHoYo has worked a lot harder on making Star Rail as appealing of a gacha game as possible because they knew it's never going to quite match the level of popularity that Genshin has, but they still wanted it to do as well as it could anyway. So instead of just focusing on casual content, they've expanded to make content for both casual and hardcore players, appealing to both of them alike. This
is a thing as well, like, because it's catered to both casual and hardcore, and Genshin's only catered to casual, but at the same time Genshin is the most popular gacha, and it's not by like a small margin, it's by a huge margin. So they're in a position where like, unless those casual players, like a lot of those casual players just straight up refuse to play Genshin, they will do absolutely nothing in Genshin to improve it. Because why would they? They're already making bank off it. They're already the most popular gacha. They'd rather like invest minimal amount of effort into Star Rail to make that popular while they're still like draining people in Genshin.
This is ultimately why playing Star Rail may feel more satisfying, especially for more dedicated players, because MiHoYo has consistently put out bangers of updates ever since the game first launched, and every single update has given everyone something to be excited about, be it new characters or more gameplay updates culminating in the free copy of Dr. Ratio we're gonna get. And simply put, this is because MiHoYo can afford to rest on their laurels with a game like Genshin and just let, the casuals and normies pay for all their content updates with all the C6 Farinas and Navias they're gonna roll for, while with Star Rail, they don't have that same luxury, or at least not to the same extent, and they actually have to put out updates that will appeal to both casual and hardcore players alike to both bring in new players and keep the veterans playing. And for the record, in case you couldn't tell just from watching the videos so far, I play both Genshin and Star Rail and consider myself a hardcore player in both. I love both games and thoroughly enjoy playing them both. But I have to say, if you play Genshin and you've heard about this free Dr. Ratio for Star Rail players, get fucked. If you like what you've seen here, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more. I also dual stream to both my YouTube and Twitch, twitch.tv/toasniper98, if you want to see what it's like to play 10 gacha games at once. Thanks for watching.
So that was the first one. It's kind of a more in-depth video, kind of like discussing what's going on. So yeah, essentially, Genshin's too popular for its own good that they're just not going to do anything with it. Whereas Star Rail's a lot less popular, so they're actually going to focus on improving it.
When version 1.6's Pantaray Event Warp becomes available, every Trailblazer who has unlocked the mail feature shall receive via mail One limited 5-star character doctor ratio. That is to say,
That's what I've been waiting for.
when version 1.6's Panta-Ray Event Warp becomes available, every Trailblazer who has unlocked the mail feature shall receive, via mail, one limited 5-star
The
character
thing is, like,
doctor ratio.
there's so many Genshin players that are annoyed about it, and I understand why, but like, you're aiming your anger at the wrong person.
Every
Aim it at
Trailblazer who has
Mihoyo.
unlocked the mail
Not the
feature
people
shall
making
receive,
jokes about
via
it.
mail, one limited 5-star character doctor ratio. That is to say,
At Watches of Switzerland.
Right. So this is Tectone watching the another video about
This is okay. This is the Doctor Ratio drama in a nutshell. Genshin, Doctor Ratio, Honkai Star Rail, Ruan Twitch.
This one's pretty funny. Like, it's trending. So, in the version 1.6 special program, Doctor Ratio was announced to be free to all players. While on the surface, this may seem like Hoyo being generous, I'd like to encourage people to look at this from a business perspective. We all know that in Genshin, Hoyo have a reputation for being stingy with their rewards to players, while in Honkai Impact, this is not often the case, as the new and old banner characters are often given out for free. Some people may suggest that this is because Honkai Impact is an older game, but with Star Rail giving out free 5 stars, I don't think this is the case. It's not the case. Like, the thing that people don't understand is, like, Genshin is, like, it's too popular for its own good. It's popular to the point where, like, they are not going to give you anything of value. They're going to make you work for it. And if you don't like it, they don't care, because you're just a number to them. Like, anything else is just like, you know.
Oh, these motherfuckers are so salty. It's crazy. They are actually so salty. It's crazy. All right, let me read this the way that it's intended to be read. In your first special program, being off bad. Men look like men in Star Rail, and Genshin, your jacked male is shit toes and.
This is so true. The thing is, I used Ita, and like, they have like screwed him over because he's meant to be like this big, tough, muscly dude, and he just doesn't have any muscle whatsoever. He's just like the same body structure as like every other male character.
Noodle arms. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When they did that shit to Ito, and Tracho, if you're watching this, go ahead and put an image of Ito's noodle arms right here. Yeah, he looks like a pencil neck dork, bro. It is sad. Where are my buffed jack dudes? I guess the best thing we have right now is Alan. Break half the bone on next version. Refuse to allow.
Just into live stream saying Dr. Ratio 3 on next version. Refuses to elaborate further. Leaves.
Elaborate further. Leaves. I know. You know what's crazy? The announcement for Dr. Ratio has the same problem that Honkai Star Rail Story has, where it should just let it breathe. Dude. They gave away a free 5-star, like, oh, by the way, everyone's getting a free 5-star. Anyways, I'm out. Nobody reacted. It looked like nobody cared. If I were the voice actors on that, you know why I get the VA? Like, that was over. Now speaking with Veritas Ratio. It has come to my attention that your broadcast today touched on a certain warp arrangement in connection with myself. If I may be so bold. The current arrangements for this warp are pitiful. 0 points. Dissemination and sharing of knowledge as well as truth is imperative. I, in my esteemed capacity, demand that every Trailblazer be given access to a prop. That is all, man. Oh.
Honkai Star Rail players getting friggin'. Is that like. That can't be right. That's like 2 pulls worth and a free character. And Genshin players don't. Genshin players don't even get a 10 pull. This is crazy, man. And I'm pretty sure Genshin won the Game Awards as well that year.
Oh my god. A free 10 Primos. Very good. Did everyone forget?
Yeah, Alloy, man. the worst 5-star in the game. She's legit probably like worse than most
Yeah, we
4
got
stars,
Aloy.
if not all.
Do the relations use this? Oh, well, unfortunately, I told saying the shit, hating on Aloy here. Imagine the strongest character, but she can still clear content, and she hit absolutely nothing of other characters. Can beat Spiral Abyss.
No, stop. They've got Alloy and they've stuck Nikocano Avocano's face on it. That's too much, man. That is so true.
God, that is crazy. What the hell? Ugly mother. Star will be giving out a free 5-star for the games winning multiple awards this year. Do you think Genshin team will follow suit and give out a free 5-star as well? No.
No.
Because that would require them to do something good for their game. Now, I want to say this genuinely. When I say things like this, it's not because I'm trying to be...
The key feature for me with Remarkable is that pay-per-view.
That's the thing with Genshin, is like they don't need to do anything. We're watching Tectone's video on like people's reactions to it.
The other is the amazing response of
It's basically because they did so well at the Game Awards and they won the one category that Honkai was in. Honkai's getting a free 5-star and like a 10 pull, whereas Genshin, when they won, they didn't even get enough for a 10 pull.
I'm saying things like this because it's the truth. They will not do anything. And do you want to know why? It's not because they have no competition. What's the point? Obviously, competition would help. But the reality is no other game is going to come out like Genshin because Genshin game doesn't exist. It's a pretty okay story that gets updated every now and then. And that's pretty much it. You don't really do anything else. You walk around.
That is the thing with Genshin. Like, that is pretty much the game. Like, don't get me wrong, the story is decent. But, like, outside the story, I'm not doing anything. Outside the quests, I'm not doing anything. I'm, like, maybe farming for, like, materials for characters to upgrade them. But most of the time, I'm just doing the story when I play.
Collect some seashells, and then you just hit the Spiral Abyss.
And then the Spiral Abyss is, like, the endgame content. But I don't bother with it. Like, it's not for me. So, like, I'm not even doing the full amount of stuff that I'm meant to be doing in Genshin. There's just not enough there. For me, like I can probably, with the way the game's going, I can probably give it like a year or two, start playing it again then, and just pure focus on the story. Like I've got a decent team, so I can just clear the story, like whatever story's needed. I'll probably get like resources and stuff by then for free, or like be able to just get stuff I need through the story. So it's not like I'm gonna have to do much. It just feels like there's not any reason to play outside the story, and sometimes the events, because some of the events, I will admit, are fun.
Until they die, right? They're not going to give the community shit because it has formed a toxic, positive environment where when anybody asks for any improvements, they get met with, "We're going to dox you and kill you." And then people say, "Oh, no, that doesn't happen, man. That doesn't happen." Why don't you go ahead and ask a Comey's voice actor if that doesn't happen? It is a abhorrently toxic environment. Gets met with, and that's that being for 4 points, and my Ruan May hit them in 110 pull, and then for free from the mail. It's gonna be nice.
There's just loads of them, isn't there? No,
whoa.
No chance in hell.
Whoa. Okay, hold up. Okay, hold up. Oh my God! No chance as hell. Free 5-star artifact for everyone.
God.
3 years and we're still getting the most pathetic rewards I've ever seen in any gacha ever.
And you know the worst part about it is they're getting the worst rewards ever in any gacha game, and people are still playing it. These people are sitting here complaining about it, and they're still gonna play it. You're never going to get anything you want or prove a point if you're just going to sit there, complain about it, and do it anyway. It's like... it's like stubbing your toe again on like a wall or something. Well, not a wall, but on like a... You know, like you stub your toe on the corner of the wall. And then you know it's gonna hurt. You know it's not gonna be a fun experience, but you do it anyway, and then you're like, oh, it hurts. That wasn't enjoyable. That is literally what the Genshin community is right now, because they're gonna sit there, they're gonna complain about getting nothing, and then they're still gonna play it anyway.
Here come the downvotes and the post-deletion. True. Well, Genshin didn't win the Game Award, so they have that excuse. True. Genshin could never. You know it. I know it.
Because, like I said, outside, even Tecton said, outside the story, you're not doing anything. It's got an okay story. It's interesting, but it's a game where you get in like a smidgen of the story every like 3-4 months. It's the same with like, take Warframe for example. Warframe is a game I love, but I only ever play it when there's new story, because outside the story it's just grinding, and I'm bored of it. I've got everything I want in the game. There might be like a new gun that comes out or a new melee weapon or something I want to use, but I'll play it for the story and then I'll stop, because outside of that there's nothing to do. It's Genshin's problem. Like, you do the story's great. Well, it's not great, but it's entertaining at times. But what do you do once you've done the story? What do you do once you've done all the side quests? You pick seashells to upgrade one of your characters. And then what do you do once your characters are level 90? You got to do the weapons. Once you've got a team or two. Yeah, that's fair enough. Like I said, outside the story, there's not really much you can do anyway. Like, you can level the characters and stuff, but like you'll get to a point where like you'll have like the characters you want to use at max level, and then like the only thing you can really do then is go run the same dungeons. Well, they're not dungeons, but we'll call them dungeons, to try and get artifacts that have the stats that you need, and then like you'll just be looking to min-max them, and like you've already got like some decent artifacts, but you don't really have anything else to do, so you just spend your energy trying to get better artifacts or just leveling your other characters. It's just like they need to add something outside the story for like casual players, or just like something that you can do, something you can enjoy. And they need more endgame content.
Everybody knows it. That's either me or Asmongold. I can't.
Get a nice advert.
Tell who that is. Star Rail is going to give out a free 5-star limited patch for winning the Game Awards. Meanwhile, Genshin doesn't even have a non-limited 5-star selector. Top comment. It's so bad. It's so bad. Locked post, but also it's so good, because whether people want to admit it or not, the sibling rivalry that Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail have is so good for getting people talking, because before, people would say, oh, this other gacha game is doing it and Genshin's not doing it. People had the excuse of, okay, well, it's a different company. But now it's the same company giving their other game absolutely everything that the other game has wanted, and that other game getting absolute.
And the worst thing is, right? The worst thing is, Honkai's getting all this. Honkai Third Impact already has this and more. And they've got a new game coming out next year, which is most likely going to have most of this stuff in to begin with. So the only one that's suffering is Genshin. And they just won't do anything about it.
Nothing in return. It is insane. Same company, different teams. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Wait, what is this? I love seeing all the HSR raiders totally ignored. 4-star in Genshin are actually useful, though. What does that have to do with anything? Aloy. Enjoy your lantern, right? 4-star selector, Genkex. This is on 4chan, and they're still farming. Jesus Christ. Who would you pick? Who would you pick this in Lantern Right if this was real? And y'all say Genshin never gave.
But they haven't, like, these are not 5 stars here. These are all 4 stars. Yes, these two are good characters, but they're still 4 stars. What's up, Dragon? What? Did I miss something? Carry on for now.
Oh my god, this is the most copium thing I have ever seen in my entire adult life.
They're good characters, but they're not 5 stars.
When did Genshin do that? Free Xingqiu and Zhang Ling. Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, let's just remember that Pela and Ting Yun are 2 of the best characters in the game as well, so we've already gotten that as well. He shit only buffs his follow-ups. Oh yeah? The thing is, you can clear Genshin without a single The thing is, you can clear Genshin without a single 5-star, so we don't need it. Stop. God.
Yeah, just because you can clear without it doesn't mean it wouldn't be nice for MiHoYo to give Genshin players a 5-star for free. Like, come on, it's the most successful gacha, and you're not even getting rewarded for it.
It's so cope. Why can't they just say, damn, you're right. This company forgot about it. They are literally fighting. They are literally trying. So verse scenario. You know, when Genshin of their Genshin release date came out in September. To a lot of people, when Genshin Impact came out, September was the best month of their life. You know, they literally said it was the best month of my whole life. You know what it was to Hoyoverse? It was September.
Yeah.
And that is pretty much how to describe this, because the problem is that they just refuse. They refuse to compensate any of their players whatsoever. It's insane. It would literally cost them nothing. It would cost them nothing to give you guys one 5-star selector. But then
how bad would it be? Because it would be bait. You know for a fact if it was a 5-star selector in the game, it would be the base characters. And by now, if you've been playing from the start, or not necessarily the start, but if you've been playing for a while, you're gonna have most of those base 5 stars. I haven't played in a while, but I've got, other than the one, I think I've got at least 1 copy of every 5-star from the base banner, because they also drop occasionally on other banners. One of them I've got close to, I think, is Constellation 3 or Constellation 4. So I've had him drop 5 times at most, I think. So you getting a 5-star selector wouldn't even be a problem for most people. For most people, you're probably looking at just getting it's just going to be a constellation basically, but it's still a free 5-star. But they won't even give that.
Then when there's people like me who are admittedly being a little bit obnoxious about it because it's hilarious, these people will push back against me when I am the one attempting to get Hoyoverse to give their players something for their loyalty, but they get nothing. Also, other CCs are saying Genshin Win are so funny because where were y'all when we needed you? I know. All these other motherfuckers are being like, wait a minute, this strat ain't working. Why didn't we listen to Tectone in the first place? Don't get me wrong. Am I jaded? Yes. Do I have a chip on my shoulder? Yes. But now all these little pipsqueak dumb are now being like, wait a minute, maybe Tectone was onto something. Now they're getting it 3 years later. Hey, welcome, man. Feel free to parrot my advice like you should have been earlier, because that would at least prevent the dumb shit that came out of your mouth for the past 3 years. It's insane. They switched up so fast. Let me phrase that. Yeah. They switched up so slow. It's insane. Imagine playing a game. Imagine playing a game for 5 months and already getting a 3 S-rank selector. It's true. And you know what's even crazier? This will not be the first time, because I'm letting you guys know this, and you can say I'm copium. If you don't think we're getting a 5-star selector for Honkai Star Rail's 1-year anniversary, you're crazy. 100%. Because we are getting that for the 1-year anniversary
Yeah.
Beyond a shadow of a
100%.
doubt. And you want to know why I'm so confident? Well, I can't say it, but Martin Luther King could. Do you want to know what Martin Luther
Power up a new Minecraft server for you and your friends with Shockbyte hosting. We give you the tools
King had? I can't say it. Let's finish this up real quick. When did Genshin do that? Aloy. Also, Genshin needed the money to make the open world and music higher.
Stop.
Oh my god! Also, Genshin needed the money to make the open world and music. Hiring entire orchestras to make music is not cheap. Hey guys, let me ask you an honest question. What would you prefer? Somebody playing the music as an orchestra, or a free 5-star in the game? What would you prefer?
5-star, 100%.
Would you prefer a free 5-star or a couple of dudes playing the same song but on a violin? Me personally, I would like something that I get to have. That's just me. Oh my god. I don't care. Genshin lost. Aegis won. I love Honkai. Dwayne is using your game to fund Honkai. Everything I say is true. Listen to me. Listen to Techno and God is back. Believe the content creators. Subscribe to the YouTube channels and their Twitch. Genshin exists to fund Star Rail. I don't need logic. I have social media proof. You know what's really funny?
So
I'm gonna pull the curtain back a little bit. I'm glad I have such a reputation that just, you know.
All right, Jack, good morning.
Truly supersedes me. You want to do something really funny? The amount of people who are coming around on the Tectone was right train will be shown by my spike in my subscribers the day that it happened. This is my normal sub count, gaining every day, and that's how much it shot up to the moment that it happened. Because now people are realizing, wait a minute, he has a point. And it only took people 3 years to realize. It's insane.
Yep.
We won! This shit is crazy to me. I muted the main Genshin because I did not want to deal with the BS, and it's been my best Reddit feed has ever been. Personally, I'll wait and see what they cook up for the Lantern Right. We didn't...
Oh, stop.
Oh,
this
yeah,
is just pure
getting some of the Lantern Right, bro. That's crazy.
The legit thing. So Lantern Right is an event that happens every year for like Lunar New Year, and it's essentially you get to pick one of the. It's like one of 4 or 5 characters, but they're all 4 stars. And this person seems to think that they're gonna give them 5-star or something instead for Lantern Right, even though like everything's been shown for it already.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Lantern Right? It's about to be the Lantern Wrong. They don't need to. They don't need to cook up anything, man. Everybody just says, oh, dude, Hoyoverse, your shit tastes so good. Give me more. Give me more. Oh, give me a bigger spoon so I can scoop it into my mouth faster. They can't. You have forced players to be these mindless, toxic, positive drones. It's insane. They will not give you anything. Oh, we didn't have HSR leaks about ratio being free, so GI devs could surprise us. They won't.
Yeah, they won't.
Or not. I'm going to lose my mind over what they do or don't do. Rip Google. Rip Google Classroom, though. True. Jesus. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey. It was an honor, soldier. It was an honor. Google Classroom. This will always be the funniest part of Hoyo dramas. I'm glad it's happening to Google Classroom, not like a small independent game. Regardless, man. I mean, this is what happens. This is what happens when you don't allow people to be constructive. This is what happens when another company another community is allowed to be constructive. The company knows, oh, okay, they're not too happy about this. Maybe we should do something to cheer them up. Rather than, man, these people are like robots. No matter what we do, we spit in their face, they smile at us and like it. Okay, I guess we'll just keep doing it. There is absolutely nothing wrong with being constructive about your game. There's not.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of pretending that there is something wrong. When a game needs to improve, players need to be allowed to speak their concerns and it be met with the same constructive criticism on these critiques. And when that happens, it creates a beautiful symbiotic relationship of developers need to improve the game.
Penny
Players
catapult.
help them steer them in the right direction.
Hey,
it's not
how's it
hard.
going?
It's not complicated. And people who don't get that, I'm sorry, they're
How
children.
you doing?
And
How
I
you
guess that
doing?
makes sense because Genshin Impact is
Thank
a
you for the
children's
bits.
game. But you cannot guilt content creators for wanting to help the game get better. And I'm sorry if you think the opposite. That being said, if you disagree, L plus Dr. Ratio, I'm so happy.
Man, this is crazy. Like, the thing is, like, Genshin players are so annoyed about it, but they're not annoyed. No, it's fine, it's fine. They're like, they're annoyed at the wrong people, right? They're annoyed at people making fun of it, rather than at MiHoYo for not giving them anything. But there's also not really any way for them to give feedback either. It's very much like you kind of deal with whatever MiHoYo is going to give you in Genshin, and that's it. And then, like, yeah, and then there's just like, they're still playing it, like, like you're literally like struggling to get like your feedback to them, get any sort of like anything of value given to you by the company, and then they're just like, well, they're still playing it, they're still enjoying it, they're still coming back and logging in every day to do the dailies. What, they seem to be pretty happy. I guess we don't need to give them anything. It's honestly really funny. Right, I got one more by Tectone. It's not to do with the drama, but it's to do with one of the new characters that's come out. The character's an interesting one. The new character, the new 4-star, is, his name is a very interesting one.
Was not supposed to stream today. I'm okay in my own business. Problem like this, the worst name in human history. Hey, we're gaming now, boys. What in the hell is gaming?
Yeah,
what?
The new character's name is gaming. Like, I'm pretty sure if it's, I'm sure it's meant to be Chinese, right? And I'm sure it would be like Garming or something like that. It's not meant to be pronounced as gaming, but it just, they've just rolled with it for the English version, so it's literally just, people are just calling him gaming.
In the is that name? And so then I drop a comment, and let's see, it's probably buried underneath hundreds of thousands of comments of people telling me to myself. Yeah, so I put Hoyo team scraping the bottom of the.
Yep. Yeah, he's got a
barrel.
He's got a really nice design. He's the new 4-star coming to the game. It's, don't get me wrong, when I first saw the design, I was like, yeah, it's really nice, because I saw the design and then I didn't read anything. But when I did read it, I was like, wait, what? They're calling him gaming? Because obviously, like, I'm pretty sure the Chinese pronunciation would be like Gaming, but it would be spelt differently as well. It'd be like that, or like that. Like it'd be like something like that. One of them two, I'm assuming. But they have just like left his name as it is, and people are just like making fun of it.
With this one, I also say this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Obviously intentional mistype in order to increase engagement. And then I was met with, so actually, it's gonna be gaming. It's not gaming, it's gaming.
But this is the thing, like, that would be, like, the correct pronunciation, I'm assuming. But, let's be honest, no one is gonna call him that. Everyone is gonna be calling him, everyone's gonna call him gaming. Okay. I don't really look at the leaks that often because I try to avoid Genshin and that these days, but it's been an interesting one the last couple of weeks, so I've kind of like looked out for stuff.
Gaming. So you can't laugh at it, okay? It's gaming. It's not funny. Okay, I'm sorry. If you call a character Gobbler, it's still gonna be funny as shit. If you call your character Po-Op, I'm still gonna call it poop. The fact is, how the you call your character gaming? I looked at this, I'm not even kidding you, I looked at this for like an hour, just trying to figure out what in the is going on here. And even I couldn't decipher the mindless dribble that must go on inside of Genshin Impact's Hoyoverse team. This, and listen. Do I think it's funny? Yes, I think it's so funny, okay? I think it's hilarious, but I don't think it's supposed to be funny.
Nope.
And if I have to go into the game and call this bitch gaming, I'm gonna lose my mind, okay? Because I'm not taking gaming seriously. I'm just...
Yeah, I honestly feel like they should have... Yeah. I really feel they should have gone for like this spelling. Like that kind of spelling, because at least then it would people would probably pronounce it that way. But because of how it's been spelled, it's not good. It's just resulted in like making fun of the character.
Just not. And let's just call a spade a spade. I don't know what this pose is. Maybe he's about to rip the fattest fart in his whole life. Dumb as shit. Okay, let's just call a spade a spade. I don't know what this pose is. This is, I mean, I swear to God, this is the most NPC looking playable character I have ever seen. I don't care if you like him.
I think his design's all right, but I do feel, especially with the Liu Wei characters, the ones that are kind of like based on like Chinese designs, they're quite simplistic now. They're kind of like simplistic and similar to... Yeah, but that's the thing, his name doesn't have the apostrophe, but I think if it had the apostrophe, I feel it would have been better, because people would have probably pronounced it the way it's meant to be pronounced, or even if there was just a space between the Ga and the Ming. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So I think a lot of people are just gonna pronounce it as gaming. Yeah. And as I was saying, like I feel with a lot of the Liu Wei designs, a lot of them are kind of like quite simple, or like they don't really stand out compared to some other designs in the game. So they just kind of... They do just kind of look like fancy looking NPCs at times. And don't get me wrong, it is a nice design for what it is, but he's kind of right. It does look quite simple. Yeah. Like I mainly just use Liu Wei characters, except for Ito, and well, I suppose my main team's kind of a mix of Liu Wei and I forgot the other place. The one that's based off Japan. That's my main team.
PC looking playable character I have ever seen. I don't care if you like him. I'm not here to tell you what you like. I'm here to tell you what I like. I think he looks terrible. This looks like a IMVU's OC. You guys are probably too young for that shit. This looks like some DeviantArts OC. Do you know that shit? What are the kids using? This looks like a AI filter on some middle schooler on TikTok. There you go, man. This guy looks like trash. Okay, now. Let's just be honest. Okay? Let's just be honest. Before you get upset, not the people who watch this who have common sense. You know the ones, the guys who are like, the weird schizos on the Genshin Impact subreddit who are quite literally having a panic attack because I attacked Ga Ming, a fictional character that, you know, they probably sexually identify that they're in a relationship with. Let's just be real. You cannot sit here and tell me this is good design. You cannot sit here and tell me this is a memorable...
I'm gonna agree and disagree here. So I think in general it's not a great design, but I think with like the extra stuff like the lion symbol above his what they're called now, above his I forgot what it's called, the thing that gives them their powers, like the little accessories make it look nice, but in general the overall design is a bit bland. It is a bit simple. But he's a 4-star character. Like I can grab a picture of the 5-star. I forgot her name now. Just find a picture. So the 5-star kind of looks a bit simple as well, but not to the same degree. I'm just trying to find a good picture of her right now. I'm finding pictures, but not good quality ones. It's all like blurry pictures. Let's see. Let's see. I think that one's gonna have to do, isn't it? Yeah, that'll do. So this, I don't know if you can see. So this character here is the new 5-star coming. It's a simple design again, but I feel like she's got more to her actual design than he does, which I feel like it's kind of a thing they do in general with like 4 stars against 5-star characters. Like 5-star characters, it does feel like they put a lot more effort into the design, so it looks a bit more unique. Whereas the 4-stars kind of feel like they don't always get very much detail in their designs. A lot of them are quite simplistic. But I also feel it's kind of a thing with Liu Wei characters. I feel like a lot of the Liu Wei characters have simplistic designs, like compared to other characters. So it's unfortunate, but yeah. Anyway, let's carry
character. Face boring.
We get an advert.
His name gaming. Okay.
I don't know, because I feel like given that the character's title is Leonin Vanguard, and their constellation is Leo, they're gonna be to do with lions or food dogs, like the what's with albedo. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it's like a little ponytail, isn't it? I feel like he'd look a bit better if he just had like spiky hair at the back, like sticking up, instead of the ponytail. Kind of like, because right, so he's gonna be like something to do with lions, right? His title is Leonin Vanguard. His constellation is Leo. So would you not portray like lion kind of symbolism on him? Obviously he's got like the foo dog on his waist. But like his hair, you could give him kind of like a mane type hairstyle. So just kind of like spike it up around the back and stuff. And have it kind of like pushed out a bit. Because nothing really in his... I mean, obviously we haven't seen his play style yet. So it might just be a title and have nothing to do with his actual skills or anything. But if his skills do have stuff to do with like lion themed stuff, then it would have made more sense to me to have like more kind of in his design that portrays that, because the only thing you've really got is the kind of like the amulet on his belt. But yeah, I just think it's quite a simple design. But like I said, it seems to be something that happens a lot with 4 stars and a lot with Liyue characters.
I just can't. Gaming, bro? It's a 4-star, who cares? No, exactly. But the problem is there's going to be people be like, actually, I love this design. He's actually my favorite characters in years. I love the name Gaming. Okay, no, it's not Gaming, okay? If they pronounce it Gaming in the game, they're wrong, okay? His name is Gaming. It is. The name, what is this? His name is this relevant? Just pronounce it as it's written. No, lol. True. Okay, I'm not gonna, man. It's gaming. He looks terrible. The name is funny as and if these try to tell me
let me read that, sorry. I definitely picture him with his food dog related. Yeah. I'm not sure what they'll do, but like is a good example. Let's you know what, I've got a second one. What's her name now? So Genshin characters. Let's get a character list up. Where is she? So I'll take a couple of examples so you can kind of see what I mean. Where is she? Where is she? There's like 2 really good examples. If I can find what is it? Oh, there she is. Right, so the one that the top of strings looks a bit funny. Got a zigzag hairband. Yeah. I thought it was meant to be like when I first saw it, I thought it was meant to be like his hair was dyed red in that little bit, but it's not. It's not. So like the one like example that really comes to mind for me of a character that like fits the aesthetic that they're meant to fit is Yai Miko. So Yai Miko is she's essentially a fox spirit or fox god spirit, something like that. But you can kind of look from her design, kind of fits that theme a bit. Like if you look, let's see if I can open this a bit better. So if you look at like her hair, she's actually got like ears, like the two bits sticking out either side. You can't really see it on the one side, but on the other side she's got like an ear sticking down, to kind of like blend in with her hair. But if you actually see her in the game as well, like using her abilities and stuff, it portrays like a fox spirit basically. The other example I had was one of my main go-to people, which is Arataki Ito. So, Ito is meant to be a Oni in the game, a Crimson Oni. There's like two versions of Onis in the game. There's Crimson and can't remember what the others were. They were like blue Onis or something. Well, they had blue horns, but I don't think they were called blue Onis. But if you look at like his design, it kind of gives you that kind of like Oni vibe. Like the club itself is part of his ult, but he's got his horns. He kind of has like a Oni kind of style with like the markings and stuff. What's up, Dragon? Which one? Yeah, was it Yaimiko? Was it Ito? But Ito's my go-to character for DPS. Like I play a Geo team, so I don't have to think, to be honest. I just hit stuff really hard. And he's got like a little cow that follows him, right, that you can summon. It's great. But yeah, he's basically an Oni. And he fits the theme. Which is really nice. But then if you look at this dude, there's not much to him. Oh yeah, Mika, yeah. She's she's something alright. Oh, you get the wish image. So like she kind of got like a fox theme. She's got like the little like I think it's her dash summons like little fox spirit things that stay stationary, and every so often lightning strikes them to deal damage. And then when you use her ult, she has like lightning come down and hit all of them, deal a ton of damage. It's a pretty good character, to be fair. I think she's still one of the best today. Um, Another good one is someone I used to use a lot. That kind of went off once I got Ito. So Xiao, who Xiao is a yaksha, which is essentially like a kind of like a demon, but not. But yeah, he's that's his base look. He's got like a mask he puts on when he uses his ult. It's pretty cool. But yeah, his aesthetic fits him. It goes well with like how his kit is. But like I said, like the new character, I don't think he's. Have they even shown it on here yet? I don't think they have they? Oh no, they have Garming, Tianyun, Aishi. Okay, let's see. Just gonna try seeing if there's anything for him. What's the crow? So he's a guard, essentially. Yeah, he's not that interesting, to be honest. I just think like his design's a bit too simplistic compared to like. I mean, he's a 4-star, but they've just kind of like done him over quite dirty. Like his name, they should have put the apostrophe or put a space just so like people pronounce it properly. Because he's just gonna get made fun of now. He's just gonna be gaming. Everyone's just gonna refer to him as that. Um, I feel like there's not enough of the lion in his design. That being said, like I said, we don't know how much it's gonna affect like his abilities and stuff. but he's like very much to do with like Wushu dance, which is to do with the food dog. There's a lot of talk of like beasts and like mighty mythical beasts and like fighting tooth and claw, stuff like that. So I feel like it's going to be a very like primal, like lion-esque type of fighting style, which you don't really see from his design. But then again, like even the other new character coming, Jian Yun, the Cloud Retainer. Maybe. You're asking a lot there for people to be respectable. But even her, like her design, like I don't know, like because her design in general is quite simplistic, but it's simplistic to the right degree because of who she is basically. And it just looking at her design, you can see like the color scheme and like the parts of it that kind of go with her alternate form. It all makes sense looking at her, whereas his is like I said, it's just simplistic. I feel like they needed to do a bit more with him. Maybe instead of having like the black jacket and then the red top, have like more red showing and like I don't know, just something to kind of like give him a bit of an oomph, because even the colors are a bit plain.
To call him Gaming? No, this is a point. His name is Gaming.
Yeah.
I don't care what Hoyoverse says. I don't care what the internet says. I don't care what Twitter says. His name is going to be Gaming, okay? That is the only redeeming quality of this character. And if I go live in the game when he comes out and his name is pronounced not gaming, I'm gonna C6 him. I'm gonna put an R5 weapon on him, okay? And I'm gonna put my best artifacts on him, okay? Because boys, it's gaming time. Now, let's look at this other character they announced, which at first, I'm gonna keep it 100%. I really did not like this design. And then I waited a little.
It's a tricky one. Her design is like, I think it's not bad, and given the character, so minor spoilers here, so please like mute or whatever if you don't want them, but this character is the Cloud Retainer from the story, and Cloud Retainer is quite a like chill kind of like neutral character, and I feel they've kind of done that with the design here. Like if we look at, if I bring up the Cloud Retainer from Genshin, like you can kind of see the color scheme of like, where am I going with this? Oh no, that's the right place, isn't it? Yeah. So this is the Cloud Retainer, and you can kind of see with her what they've tried to do. So they've tried to have like the blues and the teal kind of colours and the brown. So you got like the brown feathers there and on the feet, and that's like the lower part of her. You got some yellow which kind of like matches with the yellow of the stalk. You got like the blues and the teals and that for her hair. So it kind of makes sense. I can kind of see what they were trying to do, but I don't know, like it's a simple design as well. I might play it just to get her, because I do like the character. It just depends, because for me, like I'm kind of in a situation where I've got a team that works for what I want when I want to play the game. So I don't know whether it's worth me like spending time trying to chase characters that I'm probably not going to use, because I've got a lot of characters on Genshin anyway, and I just don't use them because I've got like, I use Ito team, so I've got Ito, Zhongli, I can't remember the other two. One of them is a... Who do I use now? That's a very good question about who I use. I know it's like a full Geo team. Let me check. So I use Ito, Zhongli, Goro, and I use a healer for my last slot, which is Chi-Chi. But once I've got Goro leveled up a bit, because from what I remember, my Goro was only like level 60, and everyone else is like level 90. Once he's level 90 and I've got some decent gear on him, I'm just gonna drop Chi-Chi for someone else. But then I've got like other characters like the Wanderer that I just don't use, that are really good characters. So for me, it's like, and like Raiden and stuff. So like, do I really want to chase after another character in a game that I don't really play? Nah, not really. There's like one character I'd probably consider chasing if they ever release them, and I just don't think they are going to ever release them. Which would be... Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Where has he gone, actually? I'm so confused right now. Emo... Yaksha. What was his name now? So if they ever release the character, which I highly doubt they will ever do, it's this character, Menogeus. He's technically dead, but there's a chance he might come back because he's one of the Yaksha. So there's a chance we might get the Yaksha in the future. But the thing with that makes me feel like they'll come back is the Yaksha all have unique designs that that usually leads to a character being a playable character. As to whether that will happen is a different story. I don't see it being anytime soon. But he's basically he is like a combination of Sun Wukong and Hanuman, because his English title, which is General Capisus, is Monkey God, one of the names of the Hindu god Hanuman. His Chinese title, General Mind Monkey, is derived from the Buddhist term monkey mind, used to describe someone who's capricious, restless, and cannot be contained. It is often associated with and embodied by the mythological figure Sun Wukong, who's a monkey born from a rock. So, if they ever release this character, because he's probably going to be based on like Hanuman and Sun Wukong, I would 100% come back and play, like, pull for him. Probably try to like C6 him, I'm not going to lie. And he's Geo, so he would fit perfectly into my team. But as for now, I'm pretty content with like occasionally jumping. I mean, I might reinstall it, to be fair, and just do a bit here and there. But because I do like to jump on every so often and do a bit of the story. But yeah, I don't like to play it for too long, because it just gets a bit boring after a while.
A little bit, you know, it was a knee-jerk reaction. I did not like it, and then I sat here, and it took me a while. It actually took me a while,
Yeah.
And then I came around to it. I did, because I was sitting there and I was thinking, I've seen this character before. I know I've seen this character before,
Yeah.
but I just can't, for the love of God, remember who it was. And then I realized, hey, homie, you can copy.
With Asana, it's easy to monitor projects across teams and track
And of course,
status
we get
and
the
progress at a glance. so you and your team can make smart decisions faster. Try it for free at asana.com.
Now we
My homework just changed it a little bit. This is legit just Bayonetta. Am I crazy? This is the same mother character. And
yeah,
you
I can
know
kind of
what?
see it, to be fair.
To be honest, I actually kind of like it. Now, I'm going to need to see how her goofy-ass outfit works in game. Because it could be elegant or it could be goofy. But they did make her dangerously thick. And to be honest, I think I actually kind of like it. Now, I'm assuming this is a bird. This is supposed to be Cloud Retainer or some shit. Oh, God, my retainer. They're getting lazy as though. No, with the gaming shit, they're lazy as I think this one's actually pretty nice. And the thing that really won me over, a lot of people didn't notice this. I want you to look. The small details. They gave her blue lipstick. Okay. And that is actually so nice. I like that a lot. It's a very nice touch that a lot of people did not notice. And I think the color palette's really nice with how the blue hair accentuates off her body piece and then the streaks go from her eye color and her lipstick. I think that's really nice, not to mention the eyelashes. Now, that being said, I have no idea why they splashed in these reds and yellows. That's fine though. You know, it kind of works. Do I think it's the best? No, I think I would have just preferred a straight black. I think straight black would have been way better. If this shit got blacked, I think it would just be way better. But that being said, I do think it is a pretty good looking character. When it comes between, what the f is her name even gonna be? Zhang Yun. Oh, Zhang Ying. Okay, Zhang Ling. Okay, so she's gonna be broken. She's probably gonna be a hybrid between Zhang Ling and Xing Qiu, and then she'll just absolutely, you know what? She'll probably be Pyro and Hydro at the same time. What is she? Is she Animo? She looks Animo. This character screams Animo, right? She's either Animo or Hydro. I feel like it's Animo. Did anybody know? Animo? Yeah. Hydro? Yeah, it's probably Hydro. Yeah, you're right. Animo, she can fly, they say. I mean, yeah, she's a bird, right? Yeah, I think they actually knocked it out of the park with this one.
Okay, if they make her fly, I might have to go for I don't know though. I'll have to wait and see. I've already got Traveler, and Traveler can fly, but like animo characters always have like super cool gimmicks for like traversing around and stuff. Like Zhao, you can just do like a spear attack, like a plunging spear attack, and you take no damage regardless of like how high up you are. Venti, you've got like Venti, you can like go up in the air a bit further, so you can like push yourself into the air and then glide. Traveler, you can do the same, but he like basically flies to a degree, and then you can glide off it. I'm sure there's other ones that do other stuff as well. That is kind of similar. Oh, I forgot his name. The samurai dude. He can like do like a jump into the air, and you can glide off that as well. Hey, nice. How did that go?
It took me a little bit. It took me a while to appreciate this. It took me a whole 15 minutes. Not gonna lie, guys, 15 minutes. I came around. But yeah, hey boys, moral of the story, we're gaming. If you look at me and you tell me this is good design, you are wrong. Don't come at me with that bullshit. If this character's name isn't canonically gaming, he's dead in the water. Nobody wants him. If it is gaming, he'll be the most wanted 4-star on Twitter history. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. If you like him, and I want to make this very clear. If you like him, I don't care. Okay, I'll watch your video
friend,
on what you like.
What do you think about gaming in Genshin? I find it fun in my spare time. It's best playing casually. No, I mean gaming a new character. I think it's fun to know new characters and their stories, though PPL often bicker about for 2 5-stars ones. Nitrogen monoxide, the character. Gaming, I hone.
Wait, did he say... Hold on, did he say nitrogen monoxide? Let me play that a bit again. I think it's a bit too long for the TTS. I should probably put in there that the TTS is only, I think it's 300 is the max. Let me play it
So
again.
friend, what do you think about gaming in Genshin? I find it fun in my spare time. It's best playing casually. No, I mean gaming a new character. I think it's fun to know new characters and their stories, though PPL often bicker about for 2 5-stars ones. Nitrogen monoxide, the character. Gaming, I
Nitrogen
hones.
monoxide. Nitrogen monoxide, the character. That doesn't even make any sense why he's saying that. Let me try something. I want to see if it.
No nitrogen monoxide, nitrogen monoxide.
So it does know the first time, and then the other times it just says Why is it saying nitrogen monoxide? That makes no sense. Well, that will be the next character in Genshin, won't it? Yeah. I see what you was trying to say with the TTS, but the TTS didn't want to say that for some reason. I don't know why it's saying nitrogen monoxide, honestly. I've got no clue why. Yeah. And then the thing that they're asking them about about playing Genshin, don't they? And then they're just like, no, gaming, not gaming. That's fair, that's fair. I mean, I wonder if we're gonna get any other weird, like, names or, like, weird translations, I should say, that they just kind of, like, mess up in the English. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay? I'm letting you know because this is the video that I uploaded to my channel. I don't! And hopefully that makes sense. But if you want to talk about how much you like them, you do it on your YouTube. Maybe I'll react. It'll be epic. Anyways, hey boys, I guess we're really gaming now.
Yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to go over today. I'm gonna switch to talk. So yeah, Genshin drama, Honkai Star Rail drama. Kind of like people getting angry at Honkai players making fun of Genshin players. I don't know, like, in one way it's kind of funny because, like, I really feel like Genshin should have had a free 5-star other than Alloy, an actual 5-star, not like a 3-star, because let's face it, Alloy is basically a 3-star compared to others. It's all good, it's all good. Yeah, they should have had a free 5-star by now, or like a 5-star selector or something, but they just haven't. As for the new characters, I want to like Garming, but I just feel like his design is too simplistic. It's too plain. He doesn't really look as, like, kind of like extravagant as like other playable characters. There is a few like unique looking non-player characters, and he kind of looks a bit like them. So I'll have to wait and see what he's like gameplay wise. Not that I'm playing right now, so it's not really like something that's gonna bring me back to the game. Cloud Retainer, she's all right. I'm not. I feel like they could have done a bit more with her design, but it suits her based on like her character, her personality and stuff. I'm interested to see what she can do as well. In fact, I might have a quick look to see if they've. Let me see, because there might actually be like. Impact. Her name is it the Onion? Okay, so there is there's a short gameplay leak. Let's wait for the advert and then we'll watch it quickly. Right, so let me switch back. Yeah, let me just bring this up. I'm curious to see what she can do. She's probably gonna do something like really fancy or over the top. So that's it. Like her in-game is alright. Kinda looks a bit simple. Possible map extension, nice. Okay. Okay. She can do like a dive bomb attack. Okay. Oh, here we are. We got some gaming. So he puts on a lion mask, I guess. Pyro Claymore, 4-star. Ugh. There's a 5-star Geo. Okay. I'm not sure then. I'm gonna have to wait and see them properly to see their play styles, but yeah, like I said, I think if I do go back to playing it now, I'd honestly probably just save. I'd just do quests. Get the rest of my team to like level 90. Because Ito's 90 with a maxed out weapon. I think Zhongli's 90 with a maxed out weapon. It's just literally Goro, and I think Chi-Chi's even 90 with a maxed out. But like, I just focus on getting Goro to max, and then probably just save everything until they maybe one day give us the monkey themed Yaksha. And then I'd probably just go crazy and throw everything at him. Because realistically, like, once I get Goro to max, like my team's fine as it is. Like it can deal with all the content. Like Ito does a load of damage. Zhongli is like a sub DPS that is great for his shields, and his ult's always going to do good damage because he'll build him tanky. Goro's just a great support. And then I can even like, if I really want to, I could just get Bennett to 90 as well, and then just once Goro gets to the point where he's able to heal a significant amount with his stuff, I can just switch Chi-Chi out for Bennett and then just run like a double heal team. Yeah, I think we're still like far off it. It's hard to say, to be honest, because like the Yaksha are technically meant to be dead, other than Zhao, but they've all got unique designs that have been shown off. So like, to me, with a gacha game, death doesn't. The thing is with gacha games, right, is like that death doesn't necessarily mean that you're not gonna get that character as a playable character. It's a bit tricky to say with Genshin though, because of how Genshin is. It's very much like story focused, so like the characters that you get appear in the story. So I'm not sure with the Yaksha, but I wouldn't be surprised if they release them at some point. Not in the near future. I think it's gonna be like towards the end of the story. They're like tie up. There might be like, because the thing is with the story as well. There's a lot that happened in the past that we don't know about, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do like like maybe like a couple patches where they release characters that took part in that period of time, or characters from the past. So we might see the Yaksha, we might see other characters that are technically dead, as playable characters. So yeah, I don't know. I might reinstall it, to be fair, and just like play through casually in my free time, because I'm not really looking to like hard grind it or anything. And the only character that would really interest me to spend on now is the is a monkey themed one, which doesn't see, which is kind of surprising because like it's a Chinese company, right? And a lot of the stuff that like the accessories that Zhao has kind of relate to stuff from Journey to the West, yet they haven't like really pulled anything else from Journey to the West. So I'm just like, oh, come on, give us that monkey character, make my day. But yeah, they haven't done that, unfortunately. Let me switch scenes again, actually. Get myself nice and so yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's gonna be it for stream today. I kind of wanted something a bit more chill, so we've had a good chat about like everything that's gone on recently with Hoyo. Tomorrow, I think I'm streaming. I think it's meant to be. Is it meant to be now? Wednesday, isn't it? Wednesday is Valorant, so I'm meant to be doing some Valorant tomorrow. Yeah, I should be doing some Valorant. If that changes, I'll probably update on Twitter. Friday, I'm off work, so I was gonna do some DBD, but I kind of want to play some more Lego Fortnite, and I know Anatus is eager to jump on and do some more on there, so I will probably do some mixed stuff and like kind of like finish up with some Fortnite, Lego Fortnite. I played a bit earlier, and because we've been trying to like struggle to find the desert biome, because we need the desert biome for the next lot of stuff, and I literally just I just found the desert biome just before stream, so I was like, oh, I need to make sure I mark it and keep an eye on it and stuff. So yeah, we'll probably be playing some more of that. I might see if other people want to join at some point as well. It could be cool to get like a community. I say a community game, but like invite a couple people onto that I kind of trust onto my Epic and invite them to the server. It's to the world. It's not really a server, it's more a world. I don't think you can have like your own like servers at the moment, so yeah. But it would be fun to kind of play with a few people. Obviously we got Anatus at the moment who's enjoying it as well. So yeah, we'll play a bit here and there on stream, and then Friday, that is Friday, Saturday. I might be out for most of the day. I'm not sure yet. I've got to decide closer to the day, see what's going on. But we will be streaming. We'll be doing some stuff probably on the night if we're out, or we're just doing like a nice chill long stream. Probably some more chatting, some more Lego Fortnite stuff like that. Then obviously we got Sunday's gonna be chilling. Monday's Christmas, so I'm not sure what I want to do with Christmas, to be honest, because I feel like, hey, no worries, Dragon. Thank you for stopping by, and take it easy, and make sure you get some good sleep. But yeah, Monday. Part of me wants to do like a small stream on Christmas, like a small chat, maybe like an hour and a half or something. Just have a quick chat with people, see how Christmas is going for people and whatnot. But it really depends on time and stuff. So I'll have to let you know on the day. I'll just update via Twitter. Then same with Boxing Day. Probably the same thing. Have a chat. Maybe do a bit more Lego Fortnite or something. Probably not too long though. And then the rest of the week I am off, so I'll probably look to do some longer streams some of the days. Maybe not all of them, but at least some of the days. And then I kind of want to do something for New Year's as well. Maybe like a long stream for New Year's, just to have like a little countdown and celebrate and whatnot. We'll see. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. It's been a nice chill stream, bit different than usual. I kind of want to start in the new year, because I'm kind of gonna reduce the number of streams I do to kind of focus on doing some playthroughs and stuff for YouTube. I'll probably throw in just chatting streams, or at least starting with some just chatting before we get into gaming, or just mix it up a bit so there's some more just chatting on the go. That's kind of my plan for next year anyway. But yeah, it's just nice to just sit and chill and have a chat instead of like gaming and just like look at some videos and stuff. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I'm gonna go treat myself to some toast and then probably go to bed. But thank you, and I will see you tomorrow hopefully. Bye bye.